I just destroyed your countdown.
It made me so self-conscious about myself.
See, but like now, did we start?
We are
Has it
live.
started?
Yes,
We are
we
live.
are now.
Hey,
It just
hey,
started.
oh,
It
hi,
just
how
started
are
with
you?
me going.
Nice.
Yeah, what a great way.
So
I'm
you,
not.
you actually you pulled Trig when I said one, and you're like, oh,
No, I pulled it
great,
before. But I couldn't stop it.
great.
Um, what's up, everybody? We got a lot to talk about today. Welcome back to the
Welcome to
show. First
JK
off,
Amusements. Welcome to the channel.
welcome to the show. Got a lot to talk about today.
We got Kevin. Wait, I think I gotta do this way. There's
Opposite
Kevin.
way. Yes.
Yep.
This Jared.
And I am Jared, as sometimes. Let's get into it.
Got a lot to talk about today. A lot of tech topics today, which we've been scarce on for the past couple weeks. So first up, Valve. I said we're gonna talk more about the Steam Deck today. This is the first thing we're gonna talk about.
Right off the bat. Great.
Valve has released Steam Deck CAD files, so you can 3D print your own model of the Steam Deck to test out how it feels.
Are you fucking kidding me? That's
no,
incredible.
it's amazing. There are Look up pictures of these things in the search up 3D printed Steam Deck, and this is a real thing. This is a real thing.
That's so silly.
I'm considering doing it myself. I don't think I have enough resin to do it though. I think I need more resin. I'll have to see how much I would need, but I am so happy that they did this. Like, it's funny. I feel like they're capitalizing on the hype. And they're like, let's give them something to hold them over. Let's give them a cardboard one to hold them over. All those after Q2 people.
The fucking Steam Labo, like, oh my god.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Oh,
less than 3 minutes in, we got him, boys. New record.
Oh, Jesus. So that's pretty cool. We're gonna talk more about the Steam Deck later on. But something I might be interested in is I have a pair of wireless headphones from Anchor. I think you used to. I think you lost them.
I used to. The case is lost to the void. I still have the headphones, so I have a battery charge left.
You don't have a means of charging them though.
Absolutely not. No.
I mean, you could probably get like a generic case that'd be compatible with somewhere, but like it wouldn't work as good.
I got a
new
new budget
like...
pair. I only really need it for work, so.
You got JLabs?
JBL, yeah.
JBL. Oh, okay. Not JLabs. But
JLabs does have all the letters of JBL in it.
I know, but they're actually different. It's confusing.
You bought too many vowels, bud.
You bought too many. You don't get this one. But the reason we're talking about earbuds is because Sony has released a picture, a product listing, conceptualization. I don't know what it is, but it appears to be a leak of their new successors to the WF-1000 XM4s, which is their premium like $270 earbuds that are like peak noise cancellation technology. I don't know if you're looking at the picture right now, Jared, but
I'll do that now.
But go take a look at that.
Interesting.
Right? They look pretty zany, you know. They look pretty
Is it like a built-in like fidget spinner too?
No, that
it looks like you can just
No, so that design, it's open back, which is supposedly better for noise cancellation.
Okay.
And supposedly it's like an audiophile gimmick. I've never seen it in anything but like over ear headphones or on ear even. So like I kind of always knew that they were going to do this, that they were going to attempt something like this, but like it's weird to actually finally see it, you know?
Yeah.
I'm interested. I'm actually interested in these, unironically though, because if it's anything like the sound quality from the 1000 XM4s, like I'm so interested in this. I just hope it's not like over $300 because like that's like super steep for a pair of earbuds, you know, especially when like such compelling value pairs exist in the wild. But yeah, I'm interested. Also, Western Digital has experienced a loss of 6.5 billion gigabytes of flash NAND chips, meaning the NAND chips that actually go on SSDs that they produce. So we could actually see SSD prices skyrocket up to 10%. I say skyrocket. 10% isn't like skyrocketing, but it's like a noticeable like increase in price. But yeah, that's pretty unfortunate. We are still after like 2 years still in the semiconductor shortage area, and a massive shortage of NAND is not what we needed right now. So that's unfortunate. I hope they can get supply to compensate for that fairly quickly, but I have my reservations. In other news, Apple and Google are currently in a lawsuit by the EU. The App Store's Claim Foundation is representing the European Union, and it's dragging Google and Apple to a Dutch court for a claim of over 1 billion euros.
Oh, shit.
The claim is motivated by high developer commission rates in the Google Play and Google App Store, meaning that consumers and developers alike are forced to pay exorbitantly high rates for buying apps, or developers in the case for the service of Apple or Google hosting their app on the App Store. So they are combating this in the EU. The EU seems to be at the forefront of like combating most big tech
Which I like,
policies.
commendable, honestly, because
No, they're pretty progressive about this stuff, which like I guess they have to be because America clearly isn't. Hey,
love it
topical
here,
joke.
love it here, love
Uh,
living in this place.
But yeah, I'm excited to see this. I hope that there is a benefit. I hope that there's a benefit to consumers and developers alike, because if you're a developer on the Apple Store, especially, you get murdered on fees and stuff. Like I think their commission rate, their like percentage take that they take is like over 30%. I think for larger developers, which is a lot. And like
Yeah.
to be fair, it's good that they only take 15% for smaller developers, but the threshold for them taking 30% is if you make like over $1 million revenue from the App Store, which like it's like immediately it's like a switch, like over $1 million, like overnight it will go like 30% we start taking, which they essentially they start
That's a
taking
huge hit.
they will start to be like once you hit $1 million they will start taking double from you, which is like a lot at that first million mark. I know, like I know I sound like I'm defending the rich here, like oh the $1 million they're taking double of that, whatever, but like if you're a small developer and you're a small team and you have a lot of staff on your hand, like that has made startups go bankrupt, like overheads that are too high like that. So yeah, I hope they find a solution that's beneficial to developers and consumers alike. Also, more Steam Deck news. iFixit will apparently be the official verified reseller of Steam Deck replacement parts, which is pretty interesting. They will sell both replacement parts for the Steam Deck and Valve's Index VR headset. They're listed as, quote, an authorized reseller. It is not clear what parts will be available when the Steam Deck launches, but more information will be made available at launch and further onward. It looks, I would guess that based on things that are the easiest to replace, I would guess that they're going to send replacement displays and replacement joysticks, touchpads, all that. You know, I think that's fairly understandable. I don't know if they're going to send replacement batteries, because from my understanding, the battery is fairly complicated to take out. So we'll have to wait and see on that. But yeah, I'm excited that you'll be able to repair a lot of components of your deck if anything does go wrong.
Absolutely.
And Steam VR. Like, surprised it took them this long to like do that, but like they're one of the only big companies doing it, so kudos to Valve. Also, Disney wants in on the metaverse, a whole new world.
Oh fuck you!
A new world 2.0. They've appointed a leader for their quote metaverse strategy, because
Oh, jeez.
because Disney is like any other company and they smell money, so they're
Right.
gonna like put an investment into this. I just don't want to see fucking Disney characters singing to me in the metaverse. Like I don't want the metaverse to be a thing. I'm sorry if that's a hot take for some people. I just don't want it to be a thing. Like it's the only way I can describe it is that the best way I can sum up my feelings about it in one word, gross. It's
Gross. Okay.
just gross. I don't want it. It's gross. Stop it. Stop doing it, please. Thank you.
Have you seen the other thing by Disney where they like Disney has made like essentially like a little town and you can like buy a house from Disney to like live by Disney people. I forget what it was called.
No, I have not
Um
heard that story.
Hold on, let me find this news.
Oh,
Uh yeah, like towns uh developing planned communities I'm just reading a Verge article header right now. Disney is developing planned communities for fans who never want to leave its clutches.
oh, great. So now they're admitting that they're
They,
taking fans captive.
yeah, it's called story living. That is the title they're doing.
It's more like story hell. There's actually um spoilers for when you eventually do play The Witcher in like 2095.
Yeah,
Um
it'll be the last game I play before I die.
before you die. But in one of the DLC expansions, there's actually a mission where you have to go into a storybook
That's awesome.
and like it, quote unquote like stereotypical fairy tale tropes appear.
That's really
But
cool.
like imagine that in like a Monster Hunter rated M setting. So like it would be like actual grim
Yeah.
fairy tales lore where like Cinderella is actually like murdered and eaten.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, right. I'm excited.
We need more. We need more. We need games like that. We need more Alice Madness Returns type
dude, I'm
shit.
so excited for the Steam Deck to come out so I can play The Witcher on it. Next topic. California lawmakers are introducing a bill to protect big tech companies from intrusively collecting data on children's devices specifically. It's unclear what the name of the bill is going to be, but it looks like they are just pushing for a growing stricter regulation on big tech companies in general, and particularly in the area of children. They want to protect the privacy and the information of child users of big tech apps and programs and
Good.
such.
That's important.
I think that is a very good thing. I don't want to have children's lives invaded by companies.
I don't want children's lives invaded
In general.
ever.
Yeah. Next topic, ballistics RAM. Crucial ballistics RAM is reportedly being discontinued. The producer of ballistics, Micron, which owns Crucial, is apparently exiting the performance RAM market, and it is this is a result of adjusting business strategies for Crucial's consumer memory products. So it will still sell memory products, but just not performance memory. So it will sell SODIMM memory, standard just Micron chipset, like regular desktop RAM and server RAM as well. So RIP, I actually do quite like the ballistics lineup. It's like very sleek and minimalist, and I like it quite a bit. So I'm sad to see it go. It was really cool.
Magic.
This is a sad story. This is a very sad story. So there was a foundation called hold on. Second Sight Medical Products is the name of the company, right? This is the name of the company. Second Sight Medical Products. Keep that in mind, right? Their mission statement is to help restore aspects of sight from partially blind or even fully blind people. Fully blind citizens. They do this by engineering bionic eye implants, and issuing sort of like hardware and software interfaces so that you could get sort of artificial eyesight, but it would still allow you to interact with the world. It's a concept that was very, uh, very compelling. Um, However, this was also extremely expensive, as proposed by the
Yeah.
company itself. This actual implantation. Um, this is the one patient of Second Sight uh, estimated that the total cost of the actual devices, surgery, and rehabilitation was about $500,000,
Oh, jeez.
which is a lot. You know, typical 80%. But it's important to know 80% of the device fee and most of the other costs were covered by the patient's insurance. So imagine how much it would cost if the insurance didn't cover that.
Yeah.
Which I'm surprised that insurance companies covered an experimental treatment like this, because they rarely do stuff like that. Like insurance
Hmm.
companies won't cover cancer treatment, and they'll cover this.
Yeah.
Um, but the reason I bring this up and the reason that this is a sad story is because apparently Second Sight Medical Products has reportedly abandoned its patients. Um,
What happened? Like, is it filing for bankruptcy?
they, uh, they are on the verge of bankruptcy, is what I'm reading now, and they have abandoned patients and technology and staff. They've reportedly left it behind, as a result of this, because they just don't see a point in anymore, because they can't help the people if they don't have the money. But at the same time, they need to understand how this looks. They did a good thing in helping people who had lost their sight at least partially gain it back. But now, and why this term Second Sight Medical Products is ironic, is because this is now the second time these people have lost their eyesight. Because as a result of the bankruptcy and the technology being repossessed and the technology having to be sold off, the patient's eye implants are no longer being supported by software that they need to run the implants,
Oh my
effectively
fucking
killing
god.
their eyesight a second time.
Oh,
So,
that's horrible.
and there's a reason that they're saying they abandoned their patients, because they kind of did, you know?
Yeah.
Which, like, I understand the position they're in. They can't do anything if they don't have the money to support them. But
It's tragic.
this is such a terrible situation. Their bionic eyes are no longer supported, and they have lost their eyesight a second time. Imagine how incredibly disheartening that would be for one of those people. Over 350 blind people around the world have had implants by this company. So that's 350 people formerly blind that are now currently blind again. That is extremely unfortunate. It is very sad, and I hope that they find the medical care that they need, or
Yeah.
I hope that they have another path forward beyond this. Because I don't want to live in a world where you could just like lose your sight if if like literally software isn't supported for eye implants. That sounds very dystopian. It looks like Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge, and Mozilla Firefox will all be getting their 100th update around the same time. And this is the version update is going to come in the coming weeks, and apparently the version update is so large and it will be a forced update, that people
I'm gathering that it's going to be a forced update because they've been warning us from like they've been warning about the version 100 update for months, saying, "Hey, when this hits, it's hitting."
They're anticipating that because of version 100 hitting, many websites could potentially be down from the amount of influx of what's the word I want to use? Not bit rate. I'm not streaming. I mean, I am streaming, but the amount of data that is flooding in to websites as a result of all these computers and all these like server connections having to be made at the same time to a new version of these three big browsers. I mean, I don't know anybody who actually uses Edge as their main browser, but like Google Chrome
Edge.
Google Chrome is a big one. I think like most people say like I think like 2/3 of people reportedly use Chrome as their main browser.
I was about to say it's definitely the most mainstream one now.
Absolutely. I know Firefox is like the next one behind that.
Yeah, notable sites that have been reported like in tests to see how this will run. Notable sites affected, sorry, are HBO Go, Bethesda, and Yahoo.
Which I mean, how many people are actually looking at the Bethesda website?
HBO Go is definitely the big one though.
That's different from HBO Max though.
Yeah.
However, it's important to note that they use the same servers. So HBO Max could potentially be affected also. Yeah, I'm a little worried about the internet coming up with that. I'll have to. Good thing I keep multiple browsers on my PC. Also, it's time for
it's the Y2K bug all over again.
Yeah. Also, it's time for RGB on your phone. The new Red Magic 7 Pro phone by Red Magic announced that they will be adding a cooling fan with RGB LEDs on the back of the phone itself.
Gaming phone, gamer phone. Let's go.
Gamer phone. The display refresh rate of the phone is 120 hertz, and it's got other specs such as a 165 hertz 1440p version. I just don't know, why would you want like just buy a PC that's like good. You don't need like a fucking gamer phone. Sorry for my French there, but like you don't need a gamer phone. Get a gamer actual thing. Like that I'm trying to think of an analogy for that. That's like going to IHOP and ordering the salad. Like, why would you go to, like, you're going to the International House of Pancakes or burgers. Remember IHOB? And the internet was on fire from IHOB. Remember those days? Remember simpler times?
IHOB's, it feels like a fever dream. It was.
It's crazy. But yeah, RGB phone, gamer phone. Also, Intel had its Investor Day announcements. They are apparently ready to launch their Arc desktop GPUs by Q2 this year. So by June of this year, we should see desktop GPUs of Intel Arc, or Intel Alchemist rather. That's such a cool name. Their further hardware generations for their discrete graphics cards will reportedly be codename Battle Mage, codename Celestial, and codename Druid, which are fucking great names.
Baller names.
Great name. I'm excited about Battle Mage. What are we going to see from Battle Mage generation GPUs? So cool. Can't help but get excited about it. But yeah, integrated GPUs not integrated, discrete GPUs on laptops will be available in Q1. So currently right now they are rolling out. Desktop GPUs are available in Q2, and workstation discrete graphics cards will be available in Q3. Also, I feel like even though it's a tech topic, you should definitely talk about this one. I'll interject where I can.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's me.
yeah. So it's been just about 40 years since we have lost the love of luxury vehicles. Um, remembered more so now as iconic sci-fi travel, I suppose. Or sci-fi vehicles. I'm talking about the
It's
DeLorean
more of
here.
a collector's item.
Yes. A collector, the 1982 DeLorean. About what did you say? It was like 9,000 were sold.
That's total between
Like total, like in
between
production,
81 and 83. So
only 9,000.
total DeLoreans, like period. The 1982 one, I think there was only like 3,500. There were
Damn.
not a lot of these things made.
Yeah, and so was that like a popularity thing, or is it just a
no, like I don't mean this to like be mean.
accessibility thing?
I don't mean this to be mean to DeLorean. Like one, it was expensive for the time. It was $30,000 for,
Which is about like 800 or 80,000 now.
if it was 800,000, then like no one would own this car in
Exactly.
1982. But it was $30,000 for like a 1982 model back in 1982, which is the equivalent of about $80,000 now. Which
80,000.
that is like $80,000 back in.
It's a massive amount for a car.
It's a large amount for a car. Like if you were a single income family, you did not own a DeLorean. You just didn't. This was a rich person car. And also, like the reason that they went under so fast is because
there were issues.
They were bad. They were bad. They ran like shit. Like there were fundamental problems with the construction of the engine that like they were not reliable cars. So like even if a family or like most consumers could afford a DeLorean, they often didn't want to because they were very unreliable. But continue.
Yes. So just this past week, the DeLorean Motor Company put out a tweet saying, "The future was never promised. Reimagine today." And they send a link to sign up for the premiere of the DeLorean in 2022. So DeLorean is coming back with a hashtag DeLorean evolved with the E and V capitalized because major announcement, they're coming back as an electronic vehicle.
Electric, not electronic.
I'm dumb. Electric vehicle. I knew what I meant. Shame on you for thinking I thought otherwise. I can't trust what I say. Why would you? I'm just putting our stream under. I just gave up all of my credibility.
The algorithm is like, I'm just gonna. Yeah.
It's just gonna. So yeah, both Kevin and I have signed up for the announcement list because I definitely want to see the announcement.
I just want to see.
Yeah, if we have to be on a list for like to watch like the announcement, absolutely, I'm gonna sign up. It was free. You still probably can sign up. There's a 15-second video.
You can sign up.
Can sign up still? Sweet. There was a 15-second video attached to the tweet.
Not even a video. It's more a teaser.
Yeah, and all we see is the gull-wing doors opening, which is like it's the most iconic.
So you
part
you can bet that the gull-wing doors will be at least one feature that we can probably confirm right out of the gate.
Yeah, the gull-wing doors are synonymous with DeLorean. So if they got rid of that, they would already be shooting themselves.
It would lose a lot of charm that the original DeLorean had. They said we can expect the design of the DeLorean to be largely the same in structure, just with like.
Which is another thing I was hoping for, because at this point I feel that it is like criminal to not work off of not the success, but like the image of the DeLorean in the mind of pop culture, where like Back to the
They're
Future.
definitely capitalizing on it. Like more people know about DeLorean today than ever have before.
It is simply just because of a movie. Like Doc Brown said it himself. The way I see it, if you're gonna build a time machine into a car, why not do it
in
with some
style?
style? But yeah, so this is certainly exciting news. I feel like a part of my childhood has been restored. Always wanted a DeLorean in my life, which is just like a major goal. Like it's a life reach goal because it's not very attainable. But if this isn't the only one to come out, a couple years down the road, get an old 2022 DeLorean EV at a discounted price.
You never know; they might end production again.
We really don't know.
Will
just...
DeLorean kill itself a second time? I'm honestly so curious how they were able to come back. I want a
40. It was literally 40 years.
I want a documentary about how they were able to come back from this.
Yes, that would be incredible. They deserve it.
I want like the making of a DeLorean evolved. Like I want that documentary. Netflix, where are you?
This is literally your dad coming back from the gas station 40 years later with the gallon of milk and a pack of cigarettes, and he comes in, and first thing he says is, "You've gotten big," and you're just like, "Yeah, I have."
It's like Steve from Blue's Clues coming back and saying, "I'm so proud of you."
Yes. Did you see that they're coming out with a Blue's Clues movie with all of the
It's like Spider-Verse style Blue's Clues.
The fucking Blue's Clues verse. Oh, this is incredible. Technically, it's all the same universe because they did like the changeovers in episode.
Yeah.
But oh, dude, that's gonna be so silly. I can't wait.
I'm excited about it. Yeah.
All right, let's
One thing's for sure though about the DeLorean EV. This thing will.
It's going to be a luxury car.
It will not be cheap. Don't expect it to be. If it was $30,000 in 1982, you can bet it's going to be at least $70,000 today. It's a luxury car. They're marketing it like that. This is not a mainstream consumer car.
There is a sign-up list for the announcement. This is not a consumer car.
You know what else had a sign-up list? The Cybertruck, and that's like $120,000. So like, this is not going to be cheap.
Which is tragic because Elon Musk did like hype it up as like this is like a cheap consumer car.
It's going to
cheap for Tesla standards.
I think it's going to be delayed again to 2023. Like they delayed it like 3 times now. It was supposed to debut in 2020, but then pandemic shit happened. So like, I understand, but like it was supposed to come out last year, then it was supposed to come out this year, and now they're anticipating they're going to have to delay it again. So like, I have no idea.
My uncle wants a Cybertruck.
Hopefully, DeLorean's luck is better.
If my uncle gets a Cybertruck, you already know I'm going joyriding with him.
Oh, for sure. All right, talk about gaming.
Oh, cool.
You could take.
I was looking farther down, but I completely glanced over this first topic. The developers of Subnautica and Subnautica Below Zero have teased that their next project is a turn-based strategy game. All we know, the title right now is codenamed Project M.
All right.
Wasn't Project M that? Hold on. Yeah, wait. No, Project M was
a strategy game.
No, but Project M was a mod of Super Smash Brothers Brawl for PC with like melee characters and N64 characters. Hold on. I just need to verify that.
Turn-based strategy game called Project M.
Yeah, no, Project M is also a gameplay mod for Super Smash Brothers Brawl.
I don't know. Maybe that's what
make it more like melee,
maybe
as well as the original. Whoops.
Maybe
double name there. But yeah, so we got a new game in a different style than Subnautica. So
Apparently, it will release on the same day as the Callisto Protocol, the new survival horror game inspired by Dead Space.
I can't wait for Callisto Protocol.
Dude,
Speaking of horror games, I'm gonna bounce down the list a little bit. We have a rekindled console war due to an upcoming horror game, Martha is Dead. Now, it's releasing normally on Xbox and PC, but the official Martha is Dead Twitter page put out a statement saying that certain features have to be modified or removed from the PlayStation version.
They don't have to be. Let's make that clear. They're choosing to.
Yeah, in the statement
If
it's
they're available on
recommended for adult.
If they're available on other platforms, they're available on PlayStation, but PlayStation just doesn't want
So
to.
I think they're trying to censor, I'm assuming, more not for the faint of heart aspects of the game to pander for a larger audience, but what are they gonna like make it a rated T game on Sony and have it rated M on the on everything else?
So I've read further into it, and my understanding is they're going to be removing only one part of the game on Sony. There is a very, very extremely graphic part in the game, where you are essentially, I don't know how to say it any other nice way, where you, the character, like you're the one doing this, you essentially remove a baby's face with a knife.
Now, I can understand
a baby.
Yeah,
not a child, a baby.
I can understand wanting to remove that, absolutely. And it reminds me of the Western versus Japanese releases of Resident Evil 7, where a lot of the game was censored.
I saw a lot of people drawing comparisons to the last major time Sony censored a game, which was Manhunt.
Manhunt, okay.
Manhunt, which was a long time ago. And also like probably a more known example is like the no Russian mission in Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
But I feel like this is more like than that, because like yes, those were emphasizing that mission was emphasizing a terrorist attack, but this is emphasizing something absolutely gruesome and horrific happening to a baby. So like I feel like that's where
I can say that I'm usually not one for censorship. I feel like art should be viewed in full in like the lens of in the intended lens from the artist, so to speak. But yeah, that's a little much.
But I'm interested as to why it's interesting to see how Sony and Microsoft fundamentally disagree on why this should be censored or why not. Because like Microsoft has taken the stance that you just said, where like nothing should be censored. We're allowing gamers to see all of this in its fullness, you know. And Sony is like, we'll allow them to see most of it, but this is one very, very horrific scene that, like, when it comes down to it, they're concerned about money. Like, they don't want to offend their user base, you know.
Yeah. Unfortunate truths, but yeah. So guys, if this is on Steam, I'll get it on Steam.
It's coming to PC, Xbox, and PlayStation.
Okay.
I believe it will be on Xbox Game Pass too. So.
Badass.
You want?
All right, get your CD Projekt Red news in.
Oh no, you wanted to talk about Elden Ring.
Where is that?
Number 2.
Oh yeah, that's right. I bounced down. I have to bounce back. Yeah, so the PC requirements for Elden Ring came out, and it has the fan base in the depths of despair because
Many of their PCs can't run it.
yeah, I was about to say PC is better than console. As a console player shoots back, is your PC better than a console?
Yeah, right.
It's like that.
It's like that meme of
scratching
the guy with the eyebrows.
PC players. Yes, no, it's literally that meme. It's just I think I saw it in that exact template. All right.
So the problem is that I could go more into the requirements if you want me to.
Yeah, you're better with like the actual text side of that, so you can start listing off requirements.
So the From Software lists the minimum specifications as you have to be running Windows 10, obviously. You gotta have an Intel Core i5 8400 or Ryzen 3 3300X or better, and 12 gigabytes of RAM, which is odd. I thought it would be 8. Like, you don't see many developers require 12 at minimum. Like, I think that's weird. And also, they require a minimum of a GTX 1060 3 gig or a RX 580 4 gig, which is more than I thought it would be, but still, like, I was like, okay. And then I saw the recommended ones, I was like, damn. That, like, to start, like, it's not as bad as it could be, but they recommend Windows 11 or Windows 10 for running the game, and you need a Core i7 8700K or a Ryzen 5 3600X or better, and that's actually the CPU that I have.
Right on the gun.
I made the cut, boys. I made the cut.
And it's recommending 16 gigabytes of RAM.
Mm. I mean, most games actually do recommend 16 gigabytes of RAM.
But minimum is usually 8 rather than 12.
Minimum is usually 8, which is I was worried about the minimum RAM. I was like, why is it 12 and not 8? Like, I don't ever see that happen. I can name probably like twice I've seen that happen. And then for the graphics card, for what they recommend at least a GTX 1070 8 gig or a RX Vega 64 8 gig. Yikes. That's steeper than I thought it would be.
I don't have recommended graphics, do I?
Actually, the 1070 is better than the 1660 Super, yeah. You don't have what they recommend as a good graphics card for this game.
Badge.
But it's like pretty close. It's 5% better on average. It's 5. You'll be okay. Like,
I'll run it a little hot is what I'm saying.
No, you'll run it a little low, meaning settings wise, meaning that it'll look a little potatoey on your computer. What are you gonna do? Graphics cards are hard to get.
What am I gonna do? Buy the console version?
But yeah, I'm fairly surprised about that. I did not anticipate these PC requirements being this steep. And gamers are obviously upset because, like, Steam still lists the most common graphics card as the 1060, which is the minimum one they require, and they don't even have a lot of those. So those players don't even have what From Software would recommend for playing the game. It's sad. It's sad to see. Very sad. Are you currently looking at better graphics card wear?
Hear my keyboard clapping?
Yeah. No, I just saw the look on your face. I was like, fuck, I gotta play this on good settings, man.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
But I'll actually help you if you actually are serious about upgrading. But we can talk about that later. Lost Ark is a new free MMORPG that is reportedly already, since launching on February 11th, already become Steam's second most played game of all time by concurrent player count. It has actually surpassed Counter-Strike Global Offensive. in
Yeah, and
concurrent player count.
it's currently on Steam's it's currently Steam's most played game.
Oh, really?
It surpassed CS:GO's all-time peak by about like 17,000 players. Bumped over that. It's currently got over a million. It's got over a million current players as of right now, whereas CS:GO has just under 800,000
Concurrent.
concurrent.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's looking like that article is almost like out of
Outdated
date.
somewhat.
I'm looking to see like most time played. I'm trying to find that just to verify that it is
You could probably
if
find
it's
that.
still number 2
You could
or
probably find that
1.
at SteamDB somewhere. But
Is everywhere is saying that it's currently number 1.
yeah, more on.
Oh wait. The top records, it is the number 1 all time, I believe, is still PUBG.
It is PUBG. PUBG currently has 3.5 million concurrent players.
Yeah.
Almost 3 times, or actually over 3 times what the current concurrent player count is for Lost Ark, which is, to be fair, very impressive. There's a reason it's number 2, you know?
Yeah. But yeah, but the 3.2 million concurrent player count for PUBG was back in 2018 in January of 2018, whereas this is 1.3 million for Lost Ark. Its highest peak was just this month. So it could keep going.
Well, it's only been out a week.
Yeah.
It's been out for a week.
On the West, I believe it opened. When did this game come out? And I think I was reading something like it was like
this game came out in Japan first.
Yeah.
But it just launched in America last week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. America, North America, and like European regions and such. Moving on. Uncharted characters Nathan Drake and Chloe Frazier are coming to Fortnite, most likely due to the fact of the theatrical release of Sony's Uncharted movie. When
that movie come out?
We also have Tom Holland modeled into the game, as well as what I assume is the live-action version of Chloe Frazier.
Tom Holland is now 2 Fortnite characters.
Yeah. Tom Holland is now himself twice.
Yes.
Yes. A more apt description.
It's the meme of like how many Disney Infinity characters are Johnny Depp or how many Lego minifigures are Chris Pratt. Like
Yeah.
it's wild.
It's funny. All right, you're up next, Mr. Capcom boy.
Oh yeah, so there's a mysterious countdown on Capcom's website. People are speculating that it's announcing Street Fighter 6.
Since the tournament is wrapping up like literally on Saturday, like literally tomorrow.
Interesting. I'm going to the Capcom countdown right now just to see how much is left.
2 days and 9 hours.
We have 2 days and 9 hours. Yep. I personally would like a Resident Evil announcement.
I mean, we knew that was coming, didn't we? Like, we knew what you were gonna say.
Exactly.
People are also speculating that
myself.
the people. I say people. Dragon's Dogma 1 fans have data mined Capcom's latest releases, and they found evidence that they are planning a Dragon's Dogma 2. So you remember Dragon's Dogma?
No.
When did it come out? It's based on an anime, actually, I believe.
Dragon's Dogma is from 2012.
Dragon's Dogma is from 2012, and it actually makes it almost 10 years old. And there was reports of a sequel in the works back when the game originally released, but it eventually got canceled. But long-term fans of the series have been campaigning for a sequel ever since. It is what is it? What's the genre? It is a action RPG
fantasy.
hack and slash. Yeah. Sort of played like what do I want to say? Not Devil May Cry.
Looks almost like a Monster Hunter type.
Yeah, it's
game.
sort of like a Monster Hunter spinoff. but big fans of the series want it to come back. So I could see that happening too. But anything else I think is unlikely. I don't think this is them being acquired by anybody. Because like they wouldn't announce it like this, like they wouldn't make it a big like shtick, like, oh, we got a big secretive countdown timer that links to a website that is just the countdown timer itself. They would just say it in a tweet that we've been acquired. Like they wouldn't make it this whole big thing.
Yeah,
So
no.
this is an announcement that that they themselves are putting out about an internal property. So we'll have to wait and see what it is. 2 days and 9 hours is when something happens. We don't know what.
Yep, we'll find out Monday night at midnight.
We don't know what, but something is going to happen.
Yep. So we mentioned earlier in the stream that Disney has plans for the metaverse, but on the other side, Nintendo doesn't have any plans at the moment.
Currently, at the time of writing.
At the time of writing, they could be swayed in an interview with Furukawa. Said that at this point in time, there's no easy way to define specifically what kinds of surprises and enjoyment the metaverse can deliver to our consumers. However, later on, he stated that we might consider something if we can find a way to convey a Nintendo approach to the metaverse. So I think they're putting it on the back burner, seeing if they can come up anyway with any way to make the metaverse. Oh, I just had a mini earthquake on my screen. My knee just hit my desk.
Oh
no. Like they want to make it Nintendo-y.
Nintendo. We intendo to not join the metaverse.
Good.
Yes.
All right, now get your CD Projekt Red news
CD
in.
Projekt Red fill. My gluttonous red stain. I don't know. Cyberpunk Next Gen releases are finally
you should get that
here.
checked out.
Red stain. Cyberpunk versions for PS5 and Xbox Series consoles are apparently out. There's a new 50 gigabyte patch 1.5, which comes with the new console versions, as well as free DLC and an actual free trial version of the game, which is in essence a game demo that lets you play through the first 5 hours of the main story. Which I think more companies should adopt, because do you remember when pretty much every game had a demo that you could play, and how we've slowly seen that not become a thing anymore? Like count on your hands how many demo releases you have seen in the past year or two. I'll even give you 2. Is it this one? Are you still thinking?
This one, and the only other one I can think of was Final Fantasy VII.
Honestly, yeah. Yeah, the demo of that one. I can't think of any other one. Wait, didn't they release a Dying Light 2 demo?
Well, I don't know. I
mean,
didn't play it.
Other things like Elden Ring will release what they call play tests. Like, so I guess that could be considered a demo, but it's really them just testing. Like it's like almost a beta, you know?
Yeah.
Not really a demo. Demos are more like a single player story, I think. But I'm excited. There's a lot different. There's a lot of new stuff that has been added. Reportedly, new ray tracing mode features on consoles and performance modes on consoles. So, performance mode ensures 60 FPS gaming at a dynamic 4K scaling resolution, and ray tracing mode is at a stable 30 FPS with dynamic 4K scaling resolution. It's important to note that the Xbox Series S version will only have ray tracing at 30 frames a second in 1440p mode with dynamic resolution scaling. Improved HDR contrast on all consoles. Added activity for the card system on PS5. Various visual improvements. Spanish voiceover support has been added as well. How do you say nice in Spanish?
Me gusta.
I honestly don't know.
I like it. Me gusta.
Haptic feedback is now customized based on in-game activity on PS5 controllers, as well as the controller's built-in speaker is used for optional holo calls and text messages that appear when you are playing the story or when you are playing the game in general. There are also now purchasable apartments throughout Night City that you can buy, which are great. There are 4 total that you can buy. And you can customize them as well. And now a big thing as well is you can tweak your character's appearance post introduction of the game, which is so important. I accidentally gave my V, which is the main character, I gave my V super long fingernails that I didn't want, and I had to stay with them for the whole game because there was no way for you to change your character's appearance even on a basic level. So it is a big deal to me that they put that in. They put in game statuses that you could get in your new apartments that will give you temporary buffs or debuffs depending on what you get. For example, rested will let you gain 20% skill 20% skill XP buff. Brewing coffee applies the energized status for 1 hour, and energized will give you 25% max stamina increase and a 30% stamina regeneration increase. So things like that, status improvement at like status improvements like that. There are new weapons available, new weapon attachments available, and new weapon scopes available. Jesus, I'm getting rambly. I can't talk. There are multiple fixes to the combat AI, crowd improvements, which apparently is only available on next gen consoles and PC because apparently the PS4 and Xbox Series One Xbox One couldn't handle the advanced crowd AI that is in the next gen console versions, which is interesting. The driving has been vastly overhauled. So driving now feels more satisfying, and your vehicle feels heavier and less floaty, and now feels like you're driving an actual machine and not like a water balloon. Vehicle traffic has been improved. Gameplay balance equipment has been improved. Cyberware has been overhauled. Combat has been overhauled. Various bug fixes and item fixes have been implemented as well. And they have redesigned several perks that you get in the game as well, too. Honestly, there's way too much for me to say that has been changed. So I honestly recommend that if you have not purchased Cyberpunk yet, I would get it now. I believe that the next-gen consoles versions are only... Hold on, before
They still discounted. I'm gonna shoot my shot and say 50. Come on, 50.
PS5 versions of Cyberpunk. Can I seriously not find any listings for this?
Is it still not listed?
Oh, they don't have physical versions out yet.
Oh.
Oh, you gotta tell me I gotta go to the PlayStation store to fucking buy it. Hold on. Stand by. But yeah, I honestly think that Cyberpunk is a really good game. They messed up releasing it way too early, but I think that it has honestly become respectable over time. And this update, to be honest, has made me want to jump back into it. Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh, just a quick one. Crunchyroll is now on the Nintendo Switch. But still no Netflix.
It is currently $25 on PS4.
Oh, jeez.
Mm-hmm.
I literally doubled it.
It's cut down from 50. It's half off right now, actually.
And now, even now, like considering this major update, that's a fantastic purchase.
It's a great reason to buy it. So maybe look into getting it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
the Nintendo eShop is
Rip.
Yeah. The Nintendo eShop is closing down on the 3DS and Wii U.
Less unfortunate about the Wii U. But I am very sad. I never like to see games become just fundamentally unavailable for everyone.
Yeah. More Switch hardware was sold than Wii U software. There were more Switches bought than Wii U games.
That's sad. That's like so sad. And it's sad considering that they actually ported some Wii U games to the Switch. Like Mario Kart 8. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is a Wii U game.
Yeah.
Come on.
And it's still going strong.
It's still doing great. With
Got
2
another,
years
like,
of
2-year
DLC
roadmap.
coming
Let's
out.
go.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, hey Kevin, why are you mad at EA again?
Oh, let me tell you. Let me pull a page out.
Oh, Jesus, I just opened a can of worms.
Pull a page out of GDP's. GDP wins fucking customer service policy or PR policy, which is like, let's shit talk the competition. Let me tell you.
God, I still can't. I still cannot fucking believe
a company, an official spokesperson for a company, said that, and that was their official comment. Oh my God, ridiculous. Granted, again, the original comment wasn't in English, so it could have been a bad translation, but it is a terrible look. It is a terrible look. Oh, Jesus. Okay. So, EA has admitted that Battlefield 2042 failed to meet player expectations. No shit.
Yes, that is a given.
No shit. However, EA Communications Vice President John Reisberg said,
unfortunate last name. Reisberg, like, silly.
Reisberg said that the expectations were not met. Blaming at this was at an internal meeting, so this was not to the public, but he said it.
Leaked to the public.
He said it. This was leaked to the public. Apparently, he said in this internal meeting with executives.
Oh, I can't wait.
That it was due to the success of Halo Infinite and COVID that Battlefield 2042 performed so poorly. Dude, how not self-aware are you? How, like, you didn't finish the game and then you released it. And you want to blame another game and COVID? Like, granted, everyone can blame COVID to an extent. However, we've seen bangers. We've seen such good games come out in 2021 and even 2020 from the great developers. And a lot of them don't even have the massive amount of resources that EA has. So no, I don't think COVID is an adequate excuse for 2042 because one, it released in October of 2021, which is still during the pandemic, to be fair. But we have somewhat adjusted to quote-unquote pandemic life, to COVID life. So yes. I think it is, and with the massive amount of staff and resources that EA has, I think that this was a fumbled release simply because they didn't finish the game. And it is also the height of hubris to state that a reason that players weren't interested in 2042 were because Halo was too successful.
The multiplayer was free. Like, it's on Xbox Game Pass. Like, I don't...
Let me pull up some statistics.
Let me tell you.
Let me tell you. I swear, whenever we get salty on the show, we're going to say this.
It's just, let me tell you.
All right, so that's the numbers for how many copies sold. I want numbers for how many people participated in the beta. I'm trying to make a point here. According to EA's own internal reports, the Battlefield 2042 beta had almost 8 million players participate in it.
Yep, we were 2 of those.
We were two of those. And yeah, there were bugs. But that's part
But
of
it
the
was
beta.
fun because that's part of the beta, and that's the fun
It's
of
a
beta
testing
testing.
process.
Because you're just like, whoa, this is insane. Like, we're laughing at the fact that we're being, like, pulled down through the floor of the elevator going up the elevator.
And the fact that you can like use a like a boat as a torpedo missile into an airplane and kill it. Like, hilarious. Okay, so the point I'm making, 7.7 million players participated in the open beta. Not even the closed beta, just the open beta. And 4.2 million players bought a copy of 2042 at launch. That is way more than most games experience, the success that most games experience at launch. So honestly, I don't know what the hell this guy is talking about, saying that like they had almost 5 million game sales despite the piss poor state of the game. Despite it being like absolutely awful. Like they still sold almost 5 million copies. It's like I don't understand where you get off saying that you're not selling well because
It's just blaming anyone but yourself. That's just
it's
textbook.
refusing to take accountability. Like, granted, you said that it was a failure, yeah, but you didn't own up to why it was a failure. You didn't want to own up to the fact that it was epically mismanaged, and this was another case of game crunch, where you forced developers to stay too long, work too hard, and it ultimately ended up being super inefficient and biting you in the ass later. Battlefield 2042 has sold more than almost every game in the series combined.
And it is failure. Great.
And
Good job,
failure.
EA. They're butthurt because it wasn't a breakout.
The only game to actually sell more than 2042 was Battlefield 3, which sold about 500,000 more units than it did. And you can be sure that it'll get there. It'll get there. It's only 500,000 more. Not even. It's like 480,000. You can be sure it'll surpass that. Battlefield 42, despite being the worst state of the game, being the worst technical like showcase of Battlefield ever, the worst release of a Battlefield game ever. Despite that, it is on track to be the most successful Battlefield title of all time.
Irony. That is so funny.
I don't know where this guy gets off saying that 2042 like is not successful because of Halo. Like, that's stupid. You're just dumb. You're dumb, and you're refusing to take accountability for epic mismanagement of the title. Mad. As a Battlefield fan, stop it.
Some help.
Don't get some help. Leave. I don't care. Sell Battlefield to somebody else, please, EA. Give it to Respawn. I would love that. Do you know how much they miss Titanfall? Give them Battlefield. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Rant over. Ubisoft is open to being acquired by Sony or Microsoft if the price is right.
While still emphasizing their independence.
How do you even do that?
Literally the statement is hilarious. When they say the CEO Yves Guillemot said, Ubisoft can remain independent. Our IPs are sought after by the biggest global players in entertainment and tech. Having said that, if there were an offer to buy us, the board of directors would of course review it in the interest of all stakeholders. So it was literally, it was like, we're a loner, unless.
I don't know. I just don't know anymore.
It's so silly. Like they said,
I mean,
they're independent, and then immediately backtrack, and they're just like, please buy.
Please buy. Trade offer. I guess in practice that'll look somewhat like what Bungie is currently doing at Sony, and where they say that they're going to remain largely independent, and Sony is just going to use their revenue from Destiny and other titles like it. And then they're just going to use their revenue from Destiny and other titles like it. And then they're just going to use their revenue from Destiny and other titles like it. And then they're just going to use their revenue from Destiny and other titles like it. And then they're just going to use their revenue from Destiny and other titles like it. And then they're just going to use their revenue from Destiny and other titles like it. And then they're just going to use their revenue from Destiny and other titles like it. And then they're just going to use their revenue from Destiny and other titles like it. And then they're just going to use their revenue from Destiny and other titles like it. And then they're just going to use their revenue from Destiny and other titles like it. And then they're just going to use their revenue from Destiny and other titles like it. And then they're just going to use their revenue from Destiny and other titles like it. And then they're just going to use their revenue from Destiny and other titles like it. And then they're just going to use their in the future to supplement growth, as well as to make Bungie like TV and movie shows about the properties that they create. Super Mario RPG Maker wants to make a sequel, and apparently, once he makes the sequel, he wants to retire. He reportedly wants the Super Mario sequel that he is planning on to be his last game that he works on, which is admirable.
Yeah.
Because when was the original Super Mario RPG? 64 and 64?
Yeah.
It was either 64 or GameCube. No, it was on SNES.
Oh, jeez.
It was on SNES. This guy is like OG gamer developer. Yeah, that's such a long time ago. He also the creator. First name. I found his last name. Chihiro Fujioka is Fujioka. Fujioka, yes. Fujioka said that he wants to make the sequel his last game that he works on. After creating Super Mario RPG on the SNES, he also joined Alpha Dream and worked on the Mario and Luigi series, which notably was big on the DS and 3DS handhelds.
Yes. I loved the Mario and Luigi series.
Mm-hmm.
Bowser's Inside Story was incredible.
Yeah.
And that's just one of them.
What was it? There was another one that was like Time Cops or whatever. It was like
No, I know there was Mario and Luigi Dream Team.
No, there was Mario and Luigi Out of Time or something like that, where they like they were like time travelers and they were like time police almost. The period on Mario and Luigi on the DS was like weird. It was out there.
I loved it.
It was different. I liked it.
Partners in Time.
Partners in Time. See, yeah, I knew time was in the title.
Bowser's Inside Story, Dream Team, and Paper Jam were the DS. Oh, Partners in Time was also on DS.
Gotcha. I gotta say, I'm really interested in seeing a sequel to Super Mario RPG. It's been such a long time. I'm curious to just see what it looks like. To see what a sequel to that.
I just want more Genos content.
Basically. You like No Man's Sky, right?
Yeah, I've put a bunch of time into it after getting it in like the last few months.
All right.
Sean Murray, essentially the CEO of No Man's Sky,
the game director.
Yes, the director of the game, has stated that it is not done by a long shot. So this is, brain just completely halted for a second.
Think of No Man's Sky more as a live service in terms of like.
Yes, it's essentially a live service game without being live service, but
it's essentially the best live service if you think about it.
Yeah, that's the best way a live service game could be. A live service that's not actually a live service, just a game that's constantly being updated.
Yeah.
It's like Minecraft.
Well, that is a live service. You could consider Minecraft the ultimate live service.
Fair.
Well, I don't know, because live service implies that they're currently adding regular content updates.
Which is not the case. I feel like I would argue it's in the same vein as No Man's Sky, where it's already a full game, but they just keep polishing it and adding little things here and there.
Well, that's different from being live service because they're not adding like participatory content for the players to actually take part in. Because like by that logic, that like I'm not attacking you. I'm just offering a rebuttal to your statement. Like.
I just want to address the chat. I love how Kevin knows me because, and like, if he didn't say that, I was gonna start getting defensive.
But by that logic, every old game that gets regular like bug updates and software updates could be considered live service.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, like, it's not that it's only like bug fixes and like performance improvements. What they do, like, just most notably the caves update.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, and they do like a fan poll every year to choose like a new mob added to the game. Like it's very small things, whereas say like a live service game that we know and love slash hate, Apex, where it's every season is a new character and like the meta of the game is moved around. I can't even say like game meta without a sour taste in my mouth
It's a
anymore.
dirty
God,
word. It's a
the
dirty
dirty
word.
word.
Yeah.
It's an icky, yucky, naughty word.
It's like the phrase trump card now.
But yeah, Sean Murray has stated, as many updates as we've done since launch and as many bucket list items we've checked off, our list of things we're excited about never seems to get any shorter. The team are always coming up with new things that they want to do with this game, new content and features and areas for improvement.
I mean,
So
honestly, I love that they're doing this because this is exactly what in like an open world, open universe even, because it's like more than just a world. Because
it's impossible to play every world in a lifetime.
If you think about how vast and infinite space is, they could keep this going for a long time. They could just keep it going for a long time.
It could live past Sean Murray.
It could. It could. We could see No Man's Sky in the metaverse. It could become the meta.
You just assimilate.
I can't. You just
and
go
it's like
into
a
No Man's
chapter
Sky
of it, and you just play No Man's Sky.
You create a secondary consciousness that you upload into the No Man's Sky meta.
So you just traveling the universe forever.
My meta brain is meta hurt, so let's stop talking about the meta. But yeah, I'm interested. I do like No Man's Sky as a concept, but like there's too much to do in it that like if I played that, I would never play any other game. And I want to play
exactly.
Other things.
It's definitely for me, I set it down. It's going to be another game much like Minecraft for me where
it's kind of like Minecraft in space.
Yeah. I'll come back to it every once in a while.
Just to see what's different.
And when I do, it's going to be a time sink until I'm like, okay.
It's going to be a binge for like 2 weeks or something.
Yes. All right. All right. So just a little bit of anime news. We got 2 announcements, or like 2 continuations this past week. Season 2 for Jujutsu Kaisen was announced for 2023, which seems so far away, but I realize we're almost like through February. So we have season 2 announced finally after the success of Jujutsu Kaisen Film 0, which is releasing over here in the West, I believe, March 18th. So a month from today. And actually more news on Film 0. It is remained in the number 1 spot in Japan for its 8th weekend in a row. It's almost made $100 million in US dollars since it came out December 24th, which is huge. It made 23 million in the first 3 days. So it's like it definitely like bright burn at the beginning, but it's still keeping strong. Another announcement, we have the next arc of Demon Slayer has been announced for animation, the Swordsmith Village arc. No news on release date, just that it's in production. Yeah, so those are the 2 major anime announcements or continuations. Oh, this one was really cool. I had no clue, like this came out of nowhere. So the anime for Hunter x Hunter, and like also the manga as well, but more notably, the final arc of the Hunter x Hunter anime, the Chimera Ant arc, featured a fictional board game called Gungi or Gungi, Gungi. It's been like people have attempted to recreate it. It's an interesting game, but it's really captivating within the context of the arc. The game's rules weren't explained in detail in the show, but there's like basic concepts, and then Um, like the occasional rule explained here and there, but it's a fictional board game. It doesn't exist, so they could take liberties. But Universal Music in Japan, I'm not sure. Universal Music, um, yeah. So they it's a music company, but they've recreated the board game and pieces and like have made rules for the game. Um, so
Sounds like they're just avid fans.
yeah, but they're going to release it. It's the first official real life set of the board game, which is honestly super cool. It's integral to like the themes of the Chimera Ant arc.
Mm.
Um, yeah, so like all my Hunter x Hunter fans out there, include like myself included, I might look into getting this because it's a really awesome piece of anime merch that you could like get entertainment out of.
Yeah.
I think it would definitely be worth it. There's a short YouTube video going over a 4-minute explainer video that the company released. Oh, it's essentially it's Universal, like Universal Studios.
Oh, nice.
It's just Japan's Universal Music. That's awesome.
Nice.
So it's legit because it's like it's a Universal's product. But yeah, so I'm very excited for that cool little merch news. Also, a 28-year-old man was arrested in October on suspicion of breaking into a high school in Shizuoka City and stealing like school desks and other school equipment.
Desks.
Yes.
What?
And it was reported that he also broke into the Shizuoka Eiwa Girls' junior and senior high school and stole speakers, like stole amps and other items. Now you might ask, what was his motivation? School desks? Amplifiers? He has told prosecutors that he wanted to experience the world of Love Live. Love Live is a multimedia series, anime, movies, etc., OVAs, and maybe games. I don't know. Maybe there probably is like a gacha game or something. But it is a series, Love Live School Idol project, where high school girls they find out that their school is closing down after this new group of first years has come in, and to save the school, they create a like high school idol like music group.
What?
So it's idol. It's idol anime. Idol being IDOL. It's super silly.
How did he
I've
think
never
this was
seen
gonna
it.
happen though?
What?
How did he think this was gonna happen in reality though?
Shizuoka, the town he stole desks and stuff from, is the setting in Love Live. So it's based off of a real place. So he, being obsessed with the series, said, I need to get desks from schools in Shizuoka.
Okay, this guy is clearly he needs to go outside and touch some grass.
Oh no, brutal.
He needs to go outside and touch some grass, please.
At the trial, the suspect stated that there was quote unquote no doubt that he committed the crimes. Oh,
He's like, yeah, I did it. Yeah,
Man admitted he was motivated by a desire to relive his time in school, and I'm not seeing anything about sentencing. Obviously, he's guilty. He did it.
Sentencing.
No, he won't acquit.
Sentencing. He won't acquit. Sentencing is probably going to take a little longer, but this is a pretty open showcase.
Yeah.
All right.
That was all of my anime news. Just we got a rare instance of anime crime. That's like the third time it's happened.
Anime crime.
Yeah.
Very interesting. All right, we'll get you guys out of here with what to watch, size play, and then my weekend is going to be booked because we're going to see the Uncharted movie later tonight, shortly after stream. And
just in about an hour and a half is our a little over an hour and a half is our showtime.
Then when I get home tonight,
and when I also get home tonight,
we are going to be very busy. This is the steelbook for Horizon Forbidden West, and I could not be more excited to actually play it.
I'm about 2 hours into the game.
I'm so excited.
So good.
I don't want to get copyright flagged for showing you guys the inside of it, but this is the little Dark Horse comic art book that came with this special edition. I don't want to get the content taken down for a copyright claim because I'm showing you guys stuff that you didn't pay for, but it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice on the inside. But yeah. Special edition, I think, is a way to go because it's like that nice. For an extra $10, you get the nice case and you get this cool little art book and you get a few little DLC things too.
Yeah,
extra $10, I'll spend it. Alrighty.
All right, let's get us out with games, movies, and TIV.
So this past week, Lost Ark is out on PC. Apparently, Amazon Games produced it. Amazon produced Lost Ark.
Nice.
Yeah.
They needed a dub.
I mean, they had a dub with New World, didn't they?
Yeah, it's kind of collapsing in on itself right now.
Yeah, this is kind of the thing they're good at, like large launches, I feel like, and like not keeping games in the forefront because they're not adding anything to it. River City Girls 0 is out on Nintendo Switch. Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires is out on PC, Nintendo Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X and S. Star Wars: The Old Republic Legacy of the Sith expansion is out on PC. Assassin's Creed: The Ezio Collection has finally made its way to the Switch. Getsu Fumaden: Undying Moon is out on PC. The King of Fighters 15 is out on PC, PS4, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. Touken Ranbu Warriors is out on PC and Nintendo Switch. Total War Warhammer 3 is out on PC, Mac, and Linux. Voice of Cards, The Forsaken Maiden is out on PC, Nintendo Switch, and PS4. And finally, the big boy, Horizon Forbidden West is out on PS4 and PS5. This thing plays very well on PS4, by the way. Don't feel bad about buying it on PS4 if you don't have a PS5 yet. If you have a PS4, this is a must-buy. Official Amusement Mile recommendation. Horizon Forbidden
I'll support that as the other half of the channel.
Yes.
All right, for movies, we've got Love Hurts. Oh, it came out on Valentine's Day. Oh. We have The American Diplomat. That's sad. The American Diplomat. We have Seabok, Project Clone. I can pronounce Japanese names very well, but when it gets to Korean, it's a little iffy for me. So I'm hoping I did that right. We've got that Channing Tatum movie, Dog.
It's good. It's decent.
I was curious enough about it. I would go see it. I'm curious to hear about it.
If I had nothing else to see, I'd go see it.
If we didn't have Uncharted to go see, that we are literally scheduled for, we already have our tickets for, then we would probably go see Dog.
If I didn't have Uncharted to go see, and I didn't have to go see Death on the Nile with Maddie, so.
All right, we have The Edge. The Ledge. Oh, Jesus.
Read.
Yeah. I don't take L's as a person. I don't see them.
I don't read them. I omit them.
Immediately doubling back on that, or immediately walking back on that statement, we have Streamline.
What rhymes with loser? Oozer. Boom. Roasted. Winner.
Boozer, like myself. We have The Last Bus.
The Last
Man
Bus.
standing at a bus stop with a a sheep.
All right.
We have luck. We have ambulance.
Ambulance.
Oh, that's
Ambulance
that Jake
actually-
Gyllenhaal movie.
Ambulance actually isn't out now. This is an incorrect listing. It is out on. Hold on. Hold on. I haven't marked it. It's marked on my calendar because I actually do want to go see it. The
Oh
listing
yeah,
on
dude, it looks
IMDb,
like a great Jake Gyllenhaal
it's
movie.
listed twice. The actual release date is April 15th, not February.
Okay. Well, and then in that case, we'll wait a little bit on that. We have the Uncharted movie out today with Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg.
Looking very much forward to this movie.
Gonna be fun.
It's gonna be very fun. The reviews I've been seeing are like it's actually a good movie. It's actually a good video game movie. Like there's a decent amount of fan service, decent amount of action, and just the right amount of plot. So it's like very Uncharted.
Nice.
I'm excited.
And I'm just looking now. I see that the moist meter is already up. So Charlie definitely saw it this morning.
Oh, for sure. All right, we'll get you guys out of here once I get through the TV announcements. We actually have to watch a show that is on this list. Inside the Black Box, a new season is out on the Crackle Network, which, okay. Big Nate, a new season of Big Nate is out on Paramount Plus. Secrets of the Salisbury Poisonings, a new documentary is out on Discovery Plus. Young Wallander, Killer Shadow is out on Netflix. New season of Dream Raider is out on Netflix. New season of Space Force is out on Netflix. New season of Lincoln's Dilemma out on Apple TV Plus. New season of Severance is out on Apple TV Plus. The new season of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel is out on Amazon Prime Video. New season of Shock Docs, Alien Abduction, Travis Wilson, or that's a special, rather, is out on Discovery Plus. And another dual special with that is Shock Docs, Alien Abduction, Betty and Barney Hill. Out on Discovery Plus.
The Betty and Barney Hill story is incredible.
New season of The Wonderful World of Mickey Mouse is out on Disney Plus. And a new season of Painting with John is out on HBO. Or no, that's a special as well. It's hard to tell what's a special and what's a show. And the last thing, the thing that we have to watch, it's finally out. The Cuphead show is now released on Netflix.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh, we gotta watch it.
I'm gonna give that a good watch. From last week.
You should watch it with Izzy and her kids. Because it's apparently a very good family show.
Okay, I'd be interested too.
Yeah, give it.
We're currently working on Dollface from last week. We're about halfway through. Season 2.
I forgot about that.
It's so much fun. Watching more than one episode at a time though is very stressful because those episodes they usually end well on like a positive tone where things are resolved.
But when they don't.
The episodes can get very stressful.
Alrighty, so that's all we have for this week. Expect us to basically. Oh, there goes my camera. Well,
perfect timing.
That's how you know it's time for the show to end. All right, I'm not even gonna change my camera, guys. This is the pose I'm gonna hold until the show ends. Black squares me. All right, guys. See you same time next week, same time, same channel.
I'll join you in the void.
Solidarity, my friend. All right. All right.
Bye, guys. See you next week.
Bye-bye.